interviewer. I mean, even on there she had to fly to Berlin, and then in her own jet she had to take Depeche Mode all the way to Nice and do the interview in flight. I mean, who could live such an awful life? Have a look at the film and then hear the lads.
It's Friday morning, it's West Berlin, it's -6 degrees and we're already late. I've flown from London in Depeche Mode's jet to pick them up and fly down to Nice. From there, it's a lightning dash across the border into Italy, where the bands are appearing in the San Remo Song Festival. Now the work really starts. As we take off over the Berlin Wall, I have to interview Andy Fletcher. So what were you doing in Berlin?
In Berlin we're mixing our new album, which is due out in the middle of March.
Did you think you'd be as popular after Vince Clarke left?
At the time we never even thought about it. You know, we just knew we had to carry on. You know, we'd given up our jobs and things, and fortunately we had another good songwriter in the band. Well, pretty good anyway. And we managed to still carry on our success.
What's the most unique fan letter you've ever received?
I don't get any. I had this massive jumper from a Japanese fan, knitted jumper, and she said, from your picture I estimated your size, and she goes, I know you at all, and it's absolutely like the sleeves sort of like come down to about here, and it's like a dress.
My first interview in the can, and I suddenly realised we're over the Alps. This may be the last chance I have to play the tourist. A quick glimpse of Mont Blanc from 30,000 feet and it's back to the notepad. I wonder who's next. In no time at all we're on final approach to Nice, which looks pretty cold for the south of France. From their show of appreciation as we land, I don't think the band like flying. We rush through customs and immigration and we're still pushing the clock. But there's just time for Dave, the lead singer, to be a gentleman. And now we cross the border from France into Italy. The San Remo Song Festival takes place over 3 nights. It features newcomers, Italian bands and already established pop groups. Behind me is San Remo, and somewhere in there is the Ariston Theatre where it all takes place. I'm off there to find out who I can find. Out of the theatre to meet Dave from Depeche. That was the first problem, getting out. When I caught up with Dave, his answers were brief but modest. In 10 years' time, how would you like people to remember Depeche Mode?
As one of the great pop bands of the 80s, I suppose. That's the thing to say.
What were you doing last night?
Well, last night we...
What were your first impressions of the group when you first met them?
Well, I thought they were a bit of an odd bunch, you know. Fletch made me laugh in particular, but they're nice people, you know, and they were very friendly to me, more friendly than I expected, because I've done a few auditions before, and usually it's a bit of a funny atmosphere, so it was good, it was all right.
What was it like becoming a member of an already established group?
Very exciting. I was able to relieve my circumstances of living, which weren't very good at the time.
What time do you think it will finish tonight?
Well, knowing Italy, having been here a few times before, it could be any time between 9 and 3 or 4 in the morning, you know.
Well, whatever time they do get on stage, Depeche Mode will be performing their new single, which